Kevin?
Welcome to the O&M committee.
Or a day at the end?
July 30th.
No, I put them.
Have a motion to approve. I can't, no,
Thank you.
All right, let's get the meeting rolling along. A motion to approve the minutes of the committee meeting, last committee meeting. Mayor, Mr. Dickinson, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. I'll just turn it right over to Kevin and get started on this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item on the agenda would be a request to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Lake George for the stage moves. And I think the mayor's going to talk about the stage shortly. They purchased a stage for some of the events down at the Charles R. Wood Park. They didn't have the ability to be able to move this stage around. The county has a tractor trailer available that we can move this stage. So the intermunicipal agreement would basically cover us moving the stage, and I believe the mayor and Dave have talked about reimbursement to the county for the moves. That would include the rental of the truck as well as labor, fringe, and benefits for whoever moves the vehicle.
Do you have that in? Mayor, you want to talk about that, Mayor? Just,
We have, we don't have the tractor, I guess, to transport the stage, and Kevin was nice enough to allow us to use the county facilities, so we're more than happy to reimburse the county at whatever the going rate is for that type of a service.
Do we have a number?
We don't have a number. I was going to work out an intermunicipal agreement with the county attorney's office. We typically would use DOT rental equipment and then whatever the labor rates are for our employees.
So we can have that by next meeting. All right, need a motion to accept that. Ms. Frazier? Ms. Hogan? Any other questions? All in favor? Yep.
Is this the same stage that's being offered out to loan?
Yes.
Yes, it's the same one we're offering, which I'll talk about, to any town in Warren County.
Okay, and this would cover...
Or a city. Yes.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Next one?
The next thing on the agenda is on page 3 of the agenda. Actually, I'm going to sort of combine 3 and then the next one after that on page 11 of the agenda. This is to reimburse the Village of Lake George for attendance and supplies at the Charles R. Wood Park. These are typically for the months, or this is for the months of May as well as June, and the invoices are attached for the work that was completed there.
Motion, Dickinson. Do I get a second? Ms. Frazier, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
The next item is on page 14 of the agenda, and this is again to reimburse the Village of Lake George. This was damage done to a sprinkler system during the Americade event. The Village of Lake George did the repair, and the money to cover the cost of that will be taken out of the deposit from Americade.
Any questions?
We'll move it.
Mr. Dickinson, I get a second? Ms. Frazier, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
The last item on the agenda is the New York State Police and I believe it was Resolution 463 of 2017, requested the use of the Westbrook parking lot, and we had passed through that resolution to waive the fee for them to use that parking lot. They have also come back to say they'd like to use the entrance to the Charles R. Wood Park just for lunch that day, and they would like that fee waived as well for the Charles R. Wood Park.
Yeah, all they're going to do is just set up a caterer's table at the entrance and serve lunch to the attendees. They're not actually going into the festival space.
That should be easy.
I would make a motion that we
May you make a
waive
motion?
that fee as well.
Dickinson, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
There are no referral or pending items, so I'll turn it over to Mayor Blaze.
The first is the county entered into an agreement with Black Dog from Glens Falls to update the website and to create a new handout for the festival space. I don't know if they've been sending any of this to anyone, but I did get a proof to make some changes, and the website has been updated, looks good. Everybody, all the event people that have been working with Black Dog say that they're doing a great job. So that's work in progress. I thought they might be here today to do a handout and get approval for this, but if they're not, then the next meeting will be fine.
What the hell is the thing in the middle there?
That's the logo. That's a logo, Festival Commons.
Oh.
That's an F and that's a C. Festival starts with an F, and this starts with a C. This is actually not in the grass. This is just on this, partner.
That's a good thing.
So, the work is going along, and I can give you this, Gene, for your files today. It's the final proof. Yeah, I need that, but I'll give it to him after. Okay.
All right.
We're looking at the 2019. All of the events that we have had thus far this year are intending to return, and as near as I know, all of the events that we've got booked for the remainder of the season, so that's great. And I've been working with Circus Smirkus. I'm trying to get them to come over here. They were in Saratoga a couple of weeks ago, and I made contact with them. And there's also a new Summerfest event being planned by the Winter Carnival for next year, but we haven't seen anything from the Winter Carnival as yet. So the projections for next year would be a couple more events at least, and that'll bring us up to about 16 or so. So that's good where we stand.
So I take it all the weekends are shot?
Weekends in June, and one in May, and September are all full. It's July and August where we're having a problem competing with everything else we have here, thank God. People know that whatever they do at the festival space, they're going to be competing with the lake and all the great things in Luzerne, the city of Glens Falls. See anybody else there? Johnsburg, everything. Hague. And it's difficult because if it's a hot day and the people are out on the water and the beach, they don't necessarily want to sit in the sun and listen to a band. So it's been difficult, but we do have 4 events booked through July and August so far. Yep.
Any other questions for the mayor?
Our stage from Stage Line arrived, and the village has set fees, and the fee that we have for use is $1,500 a day right now, which is extremely good pricing compared with our competitors. We're also offering it to all the towns and the city of Glens Falls for a reduced price from that fee, basically just what it costs us to haul it and set it up. And I have sent flyers and brochures describing the stage that was acquired through a grant, the New York State Dormitory Authority, through Senator Little's office. And we've used it 3 times so far. Charlie Daniels, we used it for the Charlie Daniels Band. They said that they had never seen anything like it. We've been told it's the only stage of its kind available in New York with all the technology that's attached to it, and I'm sure it'll be a great success. People that use the festival space, we're offering it as a discount as well. It's only if we have to haul it to another community with our personnel to set up, which takes about 8 hours, 3 men.
The big setup, yeah.
To set it up, so that's been a great success. The water feature at the park, which is our last project, has been completed. Bill, you might want to talk about it. You got any money left or whatever? I don't know.
We're at a point where the water feature is the last construction item at the park. I believe we have 2 punch list items to finish on it. We're just going to seal some concrete, and we're waiting to make sure that the turf is fully established before we pay the contractor their last installment. I'm in the process. I've sent in the package to close out the grant with DOS. for the main park expenditures. That was the $1.5 million grant. And as soon as we finish up with these last couple of punch list items, we'll be closing out the grant for the LED signs and the water feature. And we'll be finished.
I got a comment on that, Mr. Mayor. We owe you a great debt for taking care of that festival space. You got most of the grants, you did most of the work doing all that, and it's growing. It's a great tribute to you and our community, and I thank you, and I know a lot of other people do.
Well, Dave Harrington deserves a lot of the credit, I can tell you. Since he's been wearing a tie and a sport coat, many people now think that he's the mayor. And if he moves from Indian Lake into the village, then I know I'm in
Proud of
trouble.
a job.
No, but thank you very much.
Dave, yes, you too. Thank you.
The last item that I have is, knowing that the last feature is done, we've been waiting for over a year now to do a grand opening. Obviously, there are a lot of individual donors that donated to the festival space, and the water park, not the water park, but the entire park, through the Fund for Lake George Conservancy. And that plate is on the rock with all the donors' names, which took us quite a while to get that done. So tentatively, we're planning a grand opening for sometime in October. I wrote the Governor's Secretary, Annabelle Walsh, and did get a reply from her that he may be available during the month of October. And if they give us a date, save a date, we hope to have a grand opening in October. I would love to have the governor there. State put a lot of money into the park, as well as the county and the village of Lake George. So we do have something tentatively planned, and I'll get together with this committee and work on it as soon as we get a firm date.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm done.
Okay. He went over everything, event, stage, water feature. Anything from the committee, any comments, anything? Anything from the public? All right, a motion to adjourn? Fraser? Ms. Hogan? All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.